McCoy, and I'm always delighted to be with you at this time. And today I have Elaine Ann with me.
Hi, everyone.
Elaine Ann is
Hi,
a
Annette.
numerologist, and she loves doing readings using numbers, your numbers. So if you're interested in a reading today, as well as finding out about numerology, stay tuned. And if you'd like a reading, then you need to pop over to Angel Heart Radio Facebook page so you can give us your details. Elaine's going to tell you what you need to do. Elaine, it's always such fun to have you here.
Oh, I love being on here. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's just totally awesomeness. And it's lovely seeing you, Annette.
Well, I love the way you and I laugh so much when we're together because
Oh,
laughter
yes.
is so important.
It's very important.
So I wonder how many of our audience have laughter, because I often think back on a time in my life when maybe there wasn't a lot of laughter. These days, I find myself laughing, especially if I'm involved. You know, maybe I've made a silly mess, or you know, I'm being challenged by something, and I find myself laughing at the situation, and it really helps.
It does help. It does help. I find I'm doing that a lot lately. I've been sewing a dress up, and every mistake, it's a simple thing, but it's when I make a mistake, I laugh at myself because I think you're just too impatient. Start again, unpick it all. So that's what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks. So I've actually made a dress. Now I've got to do the hem. So the hem will probably be.
It isn't that fashionable.
Yes, it is apparently. The old, like the flares are back in. How wonderful.
Ah, do you mean flared pants or flared skirts or both?
Flared pants are back in, where they're tied at the top and come out at the bottom. I used to love them. I remember my flower power dress when I was little. It was the best thing since sliced bread. I loved it, absolutely loved it. But if I wore it today, the people would say, "Oh no, you know, don't wear that, Elaine."
Well, do you think, I must admit, I enjoy dressing the way I do.
Yeah.
And I dress to suit myself.
Yeah, when I
Yes,
saw you
I'm
the other
colourful.
door, yeah.
I'm deliberately colourful, and I trust colour coordinated, but it's very much my own style. And because I prefer skirts to pants. I do like leggings, I must admit, but
Yeah.
I find that I'm certainly not a trendy dresser.
No, you're not. And when we met up, you looked absolutely amazing. I was just in awe. All the colours and everything. I love bright colours in my life as well. And you did. You looked amazing. You looked gorgeous.
Well, thank you, Elaine Ann.
That's
I think colours, well, for me, colours lift me.
Yeah.
You know, I used to wear a lot of black. And because I was involved in a singing performance yesterday with a choir, that's the only time now that I tend to wear black is, and we had to have a splash of red yesterday, so that was lovely. So I wore red leggings under a black dress.
How lovely is that? I used to sing many moons ago, and it was in a show.
Yeah.
It was called the Dandy Minstrel Show. And the men used to sing and the women, and I got up on stage and sang. But now I don't think I could hold a note at the moment. But I love it. I sing in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom for about an hour just dancing around and singing and putting my makeup on. That takes a fair bit of time.
Yeah, well, see, singing's really good for our soul too.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I must admit, I sing in choirs.
I think that's
Well,
fantastic.
no, and it's good. And as one choir master said many years ago, you can hide in a choir.
Yes.
So yes, it's lovely, and I love the camaraderie. I love the material that we sing. Yesterday's was No Excuses, and it's about domestic violence and women
yes.
standing up for themselves. Very powerful.
Yeah. I think I would just love to do things like that, sing in a choir. That I'm not out the front, but I can give a note. But see, all through my family, there's singers.
I missed that bit.
All through my family, there's singing. My mum was a beautiful singer. My dad was a crooner. My brother Graham, the eldest out of 7 of us, he's very artistic. He sings, he writes music. He wrote songs for different shows, and artistic, very artistic. And my brother Derek's the same. He sings, and they all play musical instruments. Sort of, my brother Graham can just listen and start playing stuff, so that's a good thing. And then, my brother Ian, he used to be in a band many moons ago, and I was a groupie.
Now, Elaine, we've got right off the topic, and Mary Ann.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's fine. Mary Ann has joined us, and
hello, Mary Ann.
Maya's there as well. Thank you, ladies, and good morning to you, Mary Ann. I wonder where you're from. You might like to tell us. I get very excited when people join us from America and other places around the world.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it?
It is indeed. Now, Elaine Ann, to work with people's numbers today, what specifically would you like them to provide you with?
I would like just their day and month, so I can work out what month they're in for this year.
Right. So the day and month that they were born. You don't need that year because you're working on this year.
Yes, we're working on this year, and sometimes it depends where you've been taught, but some people will say from January to December, but other people will say from your birthday, probably a month prior or 2 months prior. Then you start changing into your next numbers. You may be in a 6, and then 2 months late before your next birthday, you could feel that influence of a 7, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Now, Mary Ann was very quick to act, and she's got a birthday coming up on Sunday.
Oh, happy birthday, Mary Ann.
Yes, 29th of May, so 29/5.
Yep. 10. And so, Mary Ann, that's 13. For this month, she's in about, Mary Ann, for this month, you're in a 4. So it's basically saying you're basic, down to earth, very practical things. It's also saying that you're building towards something new. So it could be in the home, changes within the home. It could be about your security. It could be about your new job, or a job coming in as more work. So if you're working, there'd be more work for you. If you're just a stay-at-home person, mum or whatever, then it means there'd be more coming in and out of the home. And it's more like when I finish my day, you go home and you close that door because you need your comfort zone. But it's building for your future this month because it becomes a 4, because we have our personal month number as well. And we have our personal year number, personal month number, and you can actually have a personal day number. But I thought today, at least I'll give it like, with today, oh, we're in the 5th month, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not silly.
You're certainly not.
Sorry,
like,
Marianne, can I take all that back?
I like the way you said you are not silly, because so often people fall into the trap of saying I am, and they put themselves down. And
yes, that's right.
That's a no. We need to delete, and think well of ourselves.
Yes, I agree with that. So,
so take 2 for Marianne.
Take 2. Marianne, you're in the 3 month. Oh, and the 3 months, let your hair down. Well, you will be at the weekend. Let your hair down and enjoy, but be careful of your thought form, even though we're coming to the end of the month. Be careful of your thought form because it's saying the words that come out may come back to haunt you, basically. It's saying have a great time, but if you're thinking less, that's what you'll get. If you think you're not getting enough work or you're not getting enough money in your purse, that's what you'll get. So if you think universe will supply me no matter what, then the money will come through. Marianne, is there an A, I'm sorry, but an A sounding name around you? I've got an A sounding name like an Anna, an A. I'm sorry, but that's what I just heard from Spirit.
Okay. So you can see somebody presenting for Marianne.
Yes.
Okay.
So it could be an auntie, it could be, I felt more female energy with this lady. So, yeah, that's all I'm getting. So it's when I tune into numbers, that's when things start to happen.
All right, well, we'll stay tuned for Mary Ann's response.
In
the meantime, Miss Annette, oh, yes. Mary Ann wants to know, how do you get the 3rd month?
So it's basically adding up.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's with the numbers.
Yes. Yeah, it's just adding up. So if I look at your day and your month and the 6, right, for this year, well, she'll be in the 6th year because of her birthday. So you add all that up, but then you come to, so 11 and 5, yeah, is 16 plus 6, right? So that's the 22. So she's in a 4 year. Right.
But you were right to begin with.
No, that's her personal year month. So you've got your life number,
yes,
which is the whole birthday you're born with. All right. Then you have your personal year month, because that changes 1 to 9. It goes in 9 year lots. And then you have your personal month, and then you have your personal day.
Right.
So, yeah, that's right. So her 4 is more to do with her building her future and looking at what options she has around her. Very down to earth, very practical, but don't get stuck in the mud, because the worry of the 4 comes into play. But they're the builders of the world. So if she's looking at changing something with work or a home, now's the time to do it.
Right. Mary Ann also says, Elaine Ann, that her mum's name is Margaret.
Okay, no, I got it was definitely an A sounding name, and it's someone that is passed over or someone that is connected to the family.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along, Miss Anaya would like one. So my birthday comes before the month. Yes, so the 5th of the 3rd. So that's an 8 plus the 6 for 2022.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. So 8 and 6 is 14.
14,
So that becomes a 5 because you add the 1 and the 4 together.
Yes.
So then you add the 8 and the 5 together for the personal month number. So that's 8 and 5 is 13. So her personal month is a 4. Did I confuse you?
You've just confused me a bit, sorry.
Okay.
Because you've got the 8 and a 6, and so you use the 8 again with the 5 that you've made from the numbers.
Yes. So
right.
So you've got your 8 and
yes.
then 8 and 5 for the year.
Yes. No, 8 and 6.
No, her birthday is the 5th of the 3rd.
Oh, right.
Right. You add that together, that becomes the 8. If you add the 6 to the 8,
yes.
becomes 15.
No,
5. Number 5.
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So then you go 5 and 5 and 3 is 8 plus the 5 is 13. So you're adding up all of it together.
Yeah.
Then you get the 4. So the 4th month, even though it is the 5th month, her personal month is 4. So it's all about the building and looking at different avenues and how to increase things, how to stop being closed in the 4 walls and how to move forward and things like that. It's work, but it's also family life as well. What is more important is that Hanaya needs to look at, am I safe to step out of my comfort zone? Because sometimes people feel they can't move forward because they're putting other people's feelings in their way. So that means stepping over that boundary and saying, I can do this. And there could be more work, as in what Hanaya does, the Angel Heart Radio and everything like that. There could be more things coming to that. But it's also saying, how can I build on this? The ideas will come to her. And then next month she'll be in a 5. So that's putting things together, but letting go of feelings and emotions. And if there's time to talk to people, it's time to speak up and let your feelings out. But 5 is also stepping into your fear. So the changes within the home. So there could be people, it could be painting in your house. You know, it's all different things. But the 5 does mean travel as well, movement around. And it means drama, which drama is.
Drama.
Drama is all about, it can be just being on Zoom and you're in front of the camera, or you're helping people through things, like both of you are helping me through the Zoom and connecting. So yeah, it's all that type of stuff. But then
before you mentioned the word drama, Anaya had said, this makes perfect sense. Thank you.
You're welcome, Hanaya. Because the month, the following month, which would be June, July.
So, yes, wow, a big month next month. Yes.
Yeah. And
Roll
it's
on
moving,
to-
it changes, it's quick action movement with the 5. 5 is all about the balance of everything. So when you're looking at your emotional side, you're looking at feeling free within yourself to do what you want to do, but not to put other people's feelings in front of yours. That's one of the learnings. Don't we all know that?
Well, it's very interesting at the moment, Elaine Ann. I'm going to lead into the feelings for a moment. We'll just take a break from numerology.
Yes.
When I had reason yesterday to be speaking to someone who was caught up with other people's business, and it's like, we do need to remind ourselves at times, ask the question, is this my business? Is it my business to be concerned, or is it somebody else's? And so therefore I can tune out.
You can, and it's their choice to tune out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I really feel that when people have, like when I found out people were talking about a certain thing, I chose not to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not my business what they're talking about. If they're talking about me, it's not my business. That's how I put it now. So it's like they want to be that way in their life. And believe me, there's a lot of people out there because they're angry and they're frustrated. But it's like, okay, that's your opinion. So you can keep your opinion, and I'll just keep on going full steam ahead in what I call Elaine's planet.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. Yeah. I always say on Elaine's planet, there's no try. It's either you do or you don't. You move forward or you don't. You stay. So, yeah, there's a lot of rules on Elaine's planet, but they're simple.
Now, Anaya is very grateful to Elaine Ann, numerologist.
Oh, that's
so
very
well
nice.
done. If there is anybody else who would like a reading to know, get an insight into what might be ahead. Yes, and Anaya loves Elaine's planet. I love that. We can all have our own planets.
Of course we can. And
gorgeous.
we allow people to come on it. And if you feel like what certain people are stepping on the grass too much, then you have to sort of say, nah, enough's enough. I want my world to be this way. I don't want all that negativity. And I'm not saying it's not wrong to have negativity, because we learn from it as well. And it's more to do with how we adjust ourselves to it.
Yes, it's not the experience, it's how we deal with it.
That's right.
And I do believe we are only given what we can cope with. The crucial part is how we cope with it.
That's right. You can let it pull you apart and consume you, or you can just sort of say, okay, I'm taking it in my stride and I'll have a look at it. And believe me, I've learned a lot about myself and people around me. The people that, it's their choice to support you. And if people don't support you, sometimes they think you can handle it. Because you come across happy-go-lucky, and then they think, oh, she'll be all right through this. But sometimes you're not, and it's okay. You know, people are just like that. But we're all conditioned in certain ways. And I'm trying to break all those conditions.
Right.
On Elaine's
Yeah.
planet. Oh.
Also, Elaine Ann, what I'm learning is that any situation that I'm involved in is giving me the opportunity to learn more about myself. And
Most
a lot of the
definitely, I
time,
agree.
it might be simply creating my boundaries, maybe standing up for myself rather than going along with other people to keep the peace.
That's right. Yep.
Sometimes if we keep the peace because we think that's the easy way out, what's that doing to us inside?
Mm.
Because we're not really being, well, I'm not really being my authentic self.
Honest.
And it's important for my well-being to be my authentic self.
That's right. I found with me, if I kept saying yes all the time, oh, Elaine will do this, or Elaine, I would actually turn around and said no once.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, whoa, I don't have to go home and try and work things out and put things together. And it's not that I don't want to help people. I do. I always, you know, even if I just ring people to let them know I'm thinking of them. But if I don't want to do anything now, I will say no. Because
Good.
I don't want to carry the hassle.
Mm.
You know, we say, yeah, we'll do it. Oh, my God, no.
Now, Londa has joined us from
What's her name?
Up in, I think Londa's in the Seattle area. She's certainly in the, I believe, the state of Washington. And I'm not sure, Londa's put another name there. So I'm not quite sure whether she's suggesting somebody to check out. Don't know. Londa, can you be more specific, please? It's lovely to have you here.
Hello, Wanda. Is it Rhonda?
Londa.
Oh, Londa with an L.
Londa. Londa with an L. Isn't it a beautiful name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
Bless you, Londa. She has tagged Patricia. So welcome to both of you.
Hi, Patricia.
If you would like a reading about what you might be encountering in the coming year, we need your birthday and month, please. Ah, it's so nice to be reaching out to people around the world.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's just amazing how the connection with people you get. It's total strangers. And it, like, I drive. No one hops in my car when I'm driving. But I drive and I just smile. When people are looking at me, I smile and go, hi, how are you? And then I just keep driving. And I have my Beatles on when I'm driving, or and I'm singing my heart out in the car, because it takes you away from everything that's going on around you. You're focused on your front, and you look at, naturally, you're driving responsibly. Safely. But I just sing my heart out when I'm driving. I don't listen to much radio in my car. I've got my own music, so I've set up John Denver and Dolly Parton, and just certain songs that really makes me happy. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Londa has given us her, what's the reading for? Londa, it's a numerology reading. I'm going to let Elaine Ann explain. Londa's date is the 30th of the 7th.
Oh, that's my husband's birthday. Oh. Okay, so that becomes a 10. And with the, should still be under the influence of the 5. Londa, you'll be still under the influence of the 5 because you haven't had your birthday yet. So you're in a 6 personal year. So 6 and okay, 6 and 3. She's in a 3 month, which is your personal month number. So when I work out the numbers, it tells me a certain month. So with the 3, it's mind, body, spirit. It's looking at how do I look at what you're talking about, but it's also about mind thoughts. Be creative, write things down. It's also to do with speaking up and letting your feelings out. But the 3 is the born entertainer. So with the 3, there is a part of you that needs to address your creative side. It could be art, it could be writing, it could be even dancing and singing, because the 3 this month represents the communicator of the world. So it's basically getting out there and strutting your stuff. So the following month, which is June, you'll be in a 4. And the 4 is all about changes, but it's also to do with your home as well. So looking at your safety, looking at not that anything negative is going to happen there, but your security, the money situation, where you're planting seeds for your future, but it's also hard work. So, and it is part, we all have negative and positive of numbers. So it's worrying about things if you can take a breath and let it go. And you'll be on the right track. You know you will be. Because I feel with Londa, it's basically she'll do it her way or the highway. So let me know, Londa, if that sits with you.
Beautiful. Now, I'm a little confused about how you got, because Londa's the 30 and the 7, that becomes a 10, does it not?
Yes, it does.
All right.
But I just realised I was doing something wrong, so I have to go through and I'll write it up on the screen for the ladies that asked me for their month number. So after the show, I'll redo it and I'll type it up on there.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, because I've just realised when I was working it out, that's why I went, oh, what have I done? Oh. So I will for Hanaya and
there was Mary Ann.
Mary Ann, I will redo it.
All right.
Let them know what's going on.
So when we go over Londa's, there was a 10 and the 6 from the 222.
Yes.
Does that become
22? No, she's in the 5. So it's 10 plus 5 is 15.
Right.
Right? Because she's still under the influence of 2021. So that becomes a 6 because you add the 1 and 5 together. So then you add that's right. Then you add the 6 to this month.
I think I need to explain to our audience, Elaine, that you are operating today under extremely difficult physical condition. So normally you are completely on the ball, and today, I don't even know how you have been able to come on. It's just phenomenal. So I thank you very, very much for putting yourself out there at the moment. I
really appreciate that. So if people will understand, I will write it all out. And Londa, is it Londa?
Londa, yes.
Yeah. So I'll put it up on Angel Heart Radio after the show, and I will write everyone's things properly.
You are
and explain. I'll do 3 months each. So they'll get an idea of the next 3 months, what's happening in their life.
Now, if people want to reach out to you, Elaine Ann, for a reading, Zoom and the internet make it so easy.
It does.
How is the best way for them to connect with you?
You can go on Elaine Ann Numerologist on Angel Heart Radio and Facebook, or just drop me a line to there's information there on my email address, and I will answer as soon as I can, so to book you in. There's also, because I'm training at the moment, as you can tell.
Yeah. Elaine Ann is going to be having her own show, which is so exciting.
It is. I just can't believe it. I'm just overwhelmed. I just feel when people want to contact me, I will get to them as soon as I can. So Elaine Ann, Numerologist on Angel Heart Radio, Facebook. Also to do with my email will be written up there as well. So if you want to contact me, go through that avenue. If you're in Melbourne, you can, you'll see my phone number, so give me a call on that. Okay.
Messenger's a good way. I can reach out to you, Elaine Ann, on Messenger and then get all your details.
That's right. Yeah.
Messenger's very handy.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
What I
Now,
learned this morning.
Chrissy has joined us, and she would
Hi,
like
Chrissy.
her number for September. We need to know, Chrissy, your birthday and month, please.
It's amazing the changes. I've written everyone's name down, so I know who I'm going to redo their dates. So yeah, apologies.
It's all good. What can happen? Oh, Chrissy, the 28th of the 9th.
Oh, Chrissy, with the 28th in a birthday, that means you're back here again to learn more. With your 9, it's saying humanitarian. So if we add the 2 plus 8 is 10 and 9, that becomes 19. Correct? Becomes a 10, becomes a 1. So it's okay. So then we have the 2021. Okay, so that becomes a 5. So that becomes a 6. So 6, and this month is 5. You're in a two-year, a personal month number. So the 2 is talking about, it's mainly saying you wear your heart on your sleeve. It also saying things like your passion, working out on relationships, working and pairing things up, like using your analytical mind to move forward. It's not that you're being disruptive because you're analytical this month, more analytical than normal, but it may also bring you a new love interest or new friends into your life. The 2 also represents the unconditional love, but it also means working at a rate where your feelings may be a lot more sensitive, but it also says that you're switched on in that psychic realm, or you may feel you need to look at meditation, or you may go out and with a group of people and just chat, and you'll learn a lot from that. So I hope I've helped you in that way, because the following month you'll be in a 3, and the 3 is all letting go and having fun. But it is talking more about the serious side of things, but be social. It's the entertainer again. So if you're looking at anyone getting married, or you may hear of people divorcing, because that's common now. A lot of things that pairing things up that you may have to look at too, that you want to work, but you're worrying about the kids, or you're worrying about this, or you're worrying about that. Just take a breath and it will all come into place. Once you let go of the emotion, which is the 2, because it's a mum number as well, just go with the flow, and you'll find everything will fall into place. Thank you, Chrissy. And I did it right.
Thank you, Elaine Ann. Now we have Asa, whose birthday is the 11th of October. So the 11th of the 10th. Chrissy says, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So,
Asa.
Yeah. What was the young lady's name? Ace.
Sorry?
What was the young lady's name?
Well, I'm saying Asa. It's A-S-A. And the date is the 11th of
11th of the 10th. So
yes.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 5 is 13. Okay. Asa, you're in an actual 4. So 4 is again about planting seeds for your future, hard worker. So it's telling you to maybe be prepared for extra more work coming in. So you may feel a little bit tired, but that's okay. It's planting seeds, as in you may be looking at a home, because 4 is the builder and it's all about the 4 walls. Go in your comfort zone when you need to, shut the door and just relax. The 4 is also about working towards something that you come into the 8th month, you will, personal 8th month, you will get the rewards for what you've done at this moment. So next month you'll be in a 5, and the 5 is freedom. But it's also letting go of hold that's emotionally setting you back. It's all about the heart. So if there's relationships, it's making you grow, just allowing yourself to relax your shoulders and take a deep breath, and you'll find things will work with that. Thank you, Asa.
Lovely, lovely. I found it interesting with Asa. What happens now? Her birthday is the 11th of October, but the 10th of November would have the same.
Yes, it would.
Number.
Yes, it would. And see, with the 11th day, it says that she's an old soul. So she's come back again. She's highly in tune with energies around her, but she can be a little bit or a lot stubborn, because when she brings up her energy, she's a Libran, so she needs the justice system. So it's like balancing 2 things up.
Right.
So it's finding the balance in everything. But with the 11 is your 2 legs walking you through life. But she's an old soul, and there's a knowing about her where she may look at someone and say, I know you. It's not actually the physical body, it's the energy she's tuned into. But normally, day 11s and life number 11s do have hiccups. Believe me, they have hiccups. And it's only reality saying, you've gone through this before, why are you going through it again? So it's tying up everything and looking at things to make things more clearer, so they're standing up and saying, I'm going to take control. I'm a 29-11, and that lady, Mary Ann, her is 29, so that becomes 11. So she is actually an old soul. And with her numbers, the 2, 9, and 5, that means she's very intuitive. She can work with spirit if she chooses to, or there may be a belief pattern about herself that will, that's like, you know how I see Elaine's planet? She may believe in certain religion or certain spiritual, she could be very good with modalities like Reiki and all those type of modalities, massage. So it's up to the person themselves. I mean, like I've said, I've got a twin. She won't do readings, and yet she's really good at them. She just doesn't want to say something wrong, which is only confidence as well. So it's whether you want to work with it or not. So I will, when I've finished here, I will fix the mess up. And unpick it, but my dress, but I can. I can fix
Oh my. Asa is saying, thank you so much. So true about the 11, and I love freedom energy. Good on
Very
you.
good. Yeah.
Asa.
See, I'm a day 11, and I've got 2 5s in my birthday for the year I was born. And with the 2 5s, it's saying, it's like if I was going on, it's supposed to represent people going on holidays all the time, traveling, and always changes. But
Right.
if I hop in a car and they're saying we're going to the city, I'm like a child. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I'm just impatient. And part of the 5 is impatience. So my husband hates it if we're going anywhere. Especially to Queensland, we took the children, and I was just, oh my God, how much longer? Probably a day. And I was reading the map and it was upside down. Because in those days we had maps.
Well, now Chrissy's saying, oh, can she have a reading for her daughter?
How old's her daughter?
The 5th of the 12th.
How old's her daughter?
That's a good question. 2005. So quickly do the maths. 17.
Okay. So what was her?
This
Sorry.
year. So the 5th of the 12th.
5th of the 12th. So she's a Saggy. So Sagittarians aim for the stars. So what they do, they get the arrow and they aim for the best of the best. They have very high expectations. The only reason I know that is my dad was Saggy, and my younger sister Jenny's Sagittarian. And it's amazing how Saggies can manifest what their desires are that will come to them. So that's 8. And so what I'm going to do, so it's 21, so 8 is 13, so it's 4. It becomes a 4, so if she's still at school, there will be, feels like she's under pressure because of school. There could be also changes where she may find a part-time job, because 4 is the worker as well. So it's not only the builder, but it's the worker, and they're very pedantic. But with her daughter's numbers, the 4 means the 4 wolves. And if she's feeling worried about everything, it's to understand it's okay, it will shift. I'm not saying if there's anxiety and stuff, it's harder to do that. But with the 4 wolves, she may feel that things may be closing in on her because it is the worry number as well. And it's saying that, so with the 5 and the 3, well, the 12th month becomes a 3, you get the 8. So it's telling her it's time to step out and be that person she is. With her 5, she could be in acting if she chooses, or behind the camera or on the stage, like you do, Annette, with the choir. It's using her talents. Most people I've known that have a 5, they like all that happiness and that being there and singing or dancing or music. So maybe her daughter needs to look at the way she wants to dance, or the way she's looking at the freedom side of things. Like if she chooses to go to a long holiday, that would suit her too, because she's at the moment there's only a 1 5, so that would be easy, not like the double 5. And then she'll be in a 5 next month. So the 5 is changes, quick action, movement, but it's also to do with letting it go, what's pulling at her heartstrings. So, yeah. What's her daughter's name?
I don't know. Chrissy, you might like to tell. I don't know whether she wants to do that or not.
No, it's okay if she doesn't. See, I'm looking at the names because your name, the first vowel, yes, of your name means something. That's how people recognize you. So, Mary Ann, the A is I'm fresh, I stand on the ground and I move forward. That's how she appears to people. But then the M is a 4. So the 4 is saying, yes, but I need to know I'm safe as well. You know, I've got one or the other. And that becomes the other lady, Loinda, L and O. The O is a 6. So it's saying, I'm the carer, come to me, I will help. She could be a very good chef, or she could be very creative on the arts. But the L is saying a number 3. So that means the 3 is Mrs. Have a Chat. So talk a lot. And once she's comfortable, that is. Now, with those two come together, that's a 9. So the 9 is saying, use your thought form, manifest things, talk to your angel, spirit guides, or whoever you believe in. And then with the 9, it means the humanitarian, always looking after people. But not always. There's part of them that will step back just to get ideas on how to approach things.
Right.
And they are.
Chrissy's sharing a little bit about her gorgeous daughter. Her daughter has a beautiful name. Her first name is Trishana. Trishana. So her first vowel would be I.
Yes. So the I is a 9. So that means humanitarian, spreading the word or enjoying. The first consonant
Yes.
is the T. So it's a 2. So the 2 is fun-loving. I want to protect everyone because I wear my heart on my sleeve. So if you add the 9 and 2, you get the 11, right, with the T. And the 9 is, and with the I, it's a 9. Okay, so you've got the 2 and the 9, which becomes 11. So then it becomes a 2. So people look at her as a very caring person, but she may have to, on that negative side, she may have to protect her heart a bit because she's always giving. And she'll always be there for people, but sometimes they know she will be. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Well, Chrissy can reach out to you if she would like to, because she said Trishana has had a tough time. Her dad passed 2 months ago, and she's doing an exam, or she's doing exams. So, yeah, full on.
See, and that 4 is the pressure of everything. The 4 is saying, I'm feeling overwhelmed. So the 4 is saying the 4 walls, but it's saying I feel I can't. It's like it's too hard. But that's understandable from what she's gone through. So with her 4-month personal year, personal month, the 4 is saying it's just weighing me down a little bit. There's too many bricks in front of me, and my heart goes out to her. So, yeah.
Well, Elaine Ann, you have done an absolutely sterling job this morning under extreme conditions. I thank you very, very much. I thank our audience. Thank you to the people who chose to take part this morning, because that makes the show.
It does, doesn't it? And thank you, everyone. I will correct those numbers for the first 3 people, but I really appreciate you taking time out to come on Angel Heart Radio with Annette and myself. Thank you, Annette, for having me too.
A pleasure, Elaine Ann. And everybody, wait for the exciting times when Elaine Ann will have her own show, as well as joining me once a month. So,
yeah.
May Asa is saying thank you both. You're beautiful goddesses. Well,
Thank you, Asa.
that's
Asa.
beautiful.
With Asa, her name is 1 and 1, so that becomes 2. So she's very caring and nurturing with her A and the S. Sorry, I just looked at her name. Numbers. I love it.
All right. Thank you. And Anna's very grateful too. We're very grateful because we're able to be here. So thank you all. May we continue to spread the laughter, spread the joy, and be kind to yourselves. Much love to everyone.
Much love to everyone. Thank you, Annette.
Bye.
Bye.